Now I invite CA Vikas to introduce our next speaker, my new friend, Shruti.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Vikas Jain, working for Yasat Group. I'm honored here to introduce Shruti Kakkad. Shruti Kakkad is an associate member of ICAI, and she has a 15 years professional expertise in the field of finance, tax audit, accounts, and business management. Shruti is a DISA holder from ICAI India and has completed certified course on IFRS. She has done her master's in commercial specializing in accounts and finance from University of Mumbai. She began her professional career with CA firm in Mumbai, after which she started her practice in Mumbai. Shruti is currently the manager of tax for HLB based in Abu Dhabi. She takes care of tax services which primarily comprise of VAT, ESR, corporate taxes, strong global support on taxes through HLB International. Shruti has an excellent knowledge of tax accounting, return filings, various compliances. Shruti has experience in managing multiple operations of the tax practice area, developing tax strategies for clients to be in compliance with laws and regulations. Please welcome Shruti Kakkad. Thank you very much.
Morning, all of you. Am I audible? Yep. So, good morning, all of you. Good morning. Okay. So thank you, Vikas, for that introduction, and thank you, ICAI Abu Dhabi Chapter, for having this much required session on corporate taxes and inviting me and Mr. John from HLB HAMT to share our views on our session of corporate taxes. So we have already had 2 sessions, and the basics are covered, the grouping is covered. So how is it going till now? Too much of information already, right? Yeah, so there is still more to come, 2 more sessions. So I'm going to be covering the free zone and withholding taxes. So before we start with the presentation, I would want to know how many of you have read the public consultation document fully. Apart from, I want only the raise of hands apart from people who are not tax advisory and consulting firms. Other than that, I would like to know the raise of hands for people who have read the public consultation document fully. Sorry? So I do not have a raise of hands. No public consultation document read fully. So that's good for the advisories. You'll not ask more questions. Okay. Also, I want to know how many of you are new to UAE, less than 1 year. Again, no hands. Okay. So this is, okay, so I have 2, 3 hands. Okay. So I can still cover the basics of free zones. So for people, for the benefit of people who are new. Okay. Now, free zone topic and withholding is actually a very vast topic, but given that I have a timeline already given, I shall try to cover at least all the clauses of the public consultation document. So let's get started. So the agenda for today is withholding, free zones, withholding taxes, and later coming the panel discussion and the Q&A sessions. So what is a free zone? I'm sure everybody knows, but for the benefit of people, I shall still discuss who are new. Free zone is a defined geographical area within each emirate. And so there are a lot of benefits where no duties and taxes are levied, on which helps in promoting trade, especially for the import and export of all goods. There's 100% ownership given to all the companies which are registered under the free zone. And why free zone is an important part of the UAE economy is it is encouraging the foreign direct investments in the UAE, and also there is ease of doing business. So this, I want to know how many, can any guess, do we have any guesses on how many free zones do we have in UAE, given there is a lot of number who are not new and would already know. Can I have any guesses? How many free zones do we have in UAE? 32. Okay. 46. Okay. So we have 53. Does anybody know how many in Abu Dhabi?
I was close, huh?
You were close, yes, 46. Yes. How many in Abu Dhabi? Any idea? Who said 7? Yeah, you're close. We have 8. So this is the list of 53 in UAE and the list of 8 in Abu Dhabi. So these are the registering authorities who would help us, register and give you a license for free zone. So what's a free zone person? Free zone person is all the companies and branches that are registered in a free zone is referred to as free zone person in the public consultation document. Now, most of the free zone person have a tax incentive, which is a tax holiday for a period of 15 to 50 years. And so with the introduction of corporate tax, these benefits, if we can still continue, there are certain requirements that needs to be fulfilled, which is 2 requirements: maintain adequate substance and comply with all the regulatory requirement. So let's go to the first one, maintain adequate substance. Here mostly the FTA is looking at the genuineness of the existence of the company. So substance is something which is defined or given more in detail in the economic substance regulation rules. And there are a lot of tests which define whether there is adequate substance or not, asset base, employee base, officers base. But even if you do not have all of that and you're able to convince the FTA that you have adequate substance and your company is genuine and not fake, FTA would allow you to take the 0% corporate tax rate benefit. If the FTA is not satisfied, it would disqualify you from taking the advantage of corporate tax at 0%. So that's one. And coming to the second requirement, which is complying with all the regulatory requirements. Regulatory requirement as of now is not specifically defined in the public consultation document, but we understand it to be the requirement of the respective free zone. So based on the license that is given to you, you will have certain regulatory requirement which needs to be fulfilled by every company based on the license they have. So those are the 2 requirements which, if you fulfill, will give you the current tax incentive which you have, which can be continued even with the introduction of corporate tax. So now coming to the impact on free zones. So given the taxability, we have bifurcated this into 2 types. One with transactions which are attracting 0% corporate tax rate, and one with 9% corporate tax rate. So first, we would come at look at all the transactions which are with 0% corporate tax rate. So here we are looking at all the transactions where the free zone person is earning income either from another free zone or from mainland or from businesses located outside UAE or from any other source. So the income is earned by the free zone person, and what is the taxability? So first, here we are looking at the transactions where a free zone person is earning trading income with the same free zone, or still it would be a 0% tax rate, and even if it is having a trading income from any other free zone, still that would attract 0% corporate tax rate. Now where the free zone person is getting income through transactions with the mainland, there are 3 transactions which are given in the public consultation document. So free zone person, when it is having any transactions, so all the transactions within the group with its own group company in the mainland, it can take the benefit of 0% corporate tax rate. And there is one condition which is defined here with that star mark, which says that the public, whenever the payment is made to the free zone person by the mainland, that payment will not be a deductible expense for the mainland company. So only for this transaction, the payment would not, as of now, only the payment will not be allowed as a deductible expense. it's not a general rule. Free zone person, when it is located in a designated zone for value added tax, then the income earned from UAE mainland business from sale of goods that are an importer on record of those goods would also be allowed to take the 0% corporate tax rate benefit. And free zone person who does not have a mainland branch in UAE and is earning from UAE mainland business, it is written in the public consultation document that it should be limited to passive income. Now, passive income as given in the PCD is taken as interest and royalties and dividends and capital gains from owning shares. So this is not, we are expecting it not to be the exhaustive list. We have other, of course, we have questions, others might be having too, that there could be other passive incomes like investments from real estate, rental income. So these are yet not clarified, so we are waiting for the complete definition of passive income in the law to come. So if it is limited to passive income, again the 0% corporate tax benefit can be taken. Sorry? Sorry, I didn't hear you. Yes. The taxability would differ. Sorry? No, so that's what. So these conditions, if it is a group company, like whatever is mentioned. Yeah. You're talking about the second point? It is free zone person which is located in a designated zone for VAT. If that is an importer of goods, and so a free zone person, let's say a free zone person is importing something and giving it to the mainland. The mainland, if it, sorry? Can I take up that question later? Because I need to discuss that with you. I'll do that, don't worry. So coming to the third slide for 0% corporate tax, where a free zone person is dealing with all the businesses which are located outside UAE, can also take the benefit of 0% corporate tax rate. And free zone person and foreign market. So free zone person, if it is earning any income from the regulated financial services which is directed at foreign market, which based on our understanding is not UAE market and specifically directed at foreign market, then the 0% corporate tax rate benefit can be taken. So these were the transactions with 0%. Now we come to transactions with 9% regular rate corporate tax. So one, if a free zone person has a branch in mainland UAE, then on the mainland sourced income, it cannot take the benefit of 0% and the regular rate of 9% will be applied. And free zone person, if, so other than, so this second one is kind of a residual clause where apart from all the above, whatever income it earns from the mainland, it will, the free zone person, it will disqualify the free zone person from getting 0% corporate tax rate, and 9% will be applicable on any other mainland sourced income. These are the points which are residual. So Free zone person will at any point in time be able to make irrevocable election to be subject to, and this point is already taken up by Mr. Amit, that it is an irrevocable option if a free zone person takes up 9% corporate tax rate, which has its own benefits also, but disadvantages also. So once free zone person opts for this, it is an irrevocable option, it cannot come back. Second is when 0% corporate tax rate benefit is received in respect of mainland sourced income. So we discussed that in the earlier slides. It's talking about this transactions. So if these transactions are there, it will be subject to withholding tax. Withholding tax is again that I'm coming to a little bit later. So where 0% corporate tax rate benefit is received in respect of mainland sourced income, such income will be within the scope of withholding tax. And to receive 0% corporate tax rate benefit, audit of financial statements is mandatory and filing of return is required. So who do not, companies who are not maintaining books of accounts as of now can start this, because the audit of financial statements is going to be mandatory once the corporate tax comes in. So there are certain points that we have listed. I'm sure we have more, but there are few that I've listed here, issues and points that need more clarification. One, comply with all the regulatory requirement, and which needs more clarification, which I already discussed, that as of now we are understanding it to be the regulatory requirement of the respective free zone and not the specific requirement of the corporate tax, which is not defined in the public consultation document as of now. Passive income, rental income and capital gains from investments in real estate. So there could be more. It only specifies right now capital gains from owning shares. So other than that, everything else is not yet clear. So we are waiting for the exhaustive list and the definition of passive income. Free zone person receiving income from services with businesses located in the same or any other free zone. So it only when a free zone person is dealing with another free zone, only income from trading is mentioned in the public consultation document to be taken as the 0% corporate tax rate. So there's no mention about income from services. So we are yet not clear and we are waiting for more clarification on that. So that completes free zone, and we'll start with withholding tax. So what is withholding tax? It is, anybody? Withholding tax? Yeah, kind of tedious only, yes. So very correctly said, it is a income withheld by the person who's making the payment from another person. And basically this concept, as per my understanding, had come to just capture all the transactions that are out of tax net. Here in UAE, because there was no tax, there is no tax till now. So there have been, generally withholding tax as a concept is understood to be cross-border payments, but in UAE it is right now taken as domestic payment and cross-border payments. So let's look at the transactions. So these are the income which are subject to 0% withholding tax rate right now, which is mentioned in the PCD. So point number 1 is talking about the cross-border payment, where it is saying UAE sourced income earned by a foreign company that is not attributable to a PE in the UAE of a foreign company. So foreign company, if it is earning any UAE sourced income and it does not have a PE in the UAE, that will be subject to withholding tax, which is 0% right now. Point number 2 and 3 are domestic payments. So second, it says the mainland UAE sourced income earned by a free zone person that benefits from 0% corporate tax rate, unless the income is attributable to the mainland branch of that free zone. So mainland branch, if you have the branch, we have already seen that it is taxed at 9%. So apart from that, all the other transactions which is getting the benefit of 0% corporate tax rate will be subject to withholding tax. And last is dividends and other profit distributions. made by a free zone person that benefits from 0% regime to a mainland UAE shareholder in the free zone person. So all the distributions, profit distribution, dividend, which is done to a UAE mainland shareholder will be subject to withholding tax. And last point says that right now, because the withholding tax is 0%, there is no need for making any deductions or payments, and there's no obligation to file the returns because the withholding tax is 0%. Yes. But I think we cannot take the questions right now based on the expressions I've already received. Yes. So thank you very much. We shall have the Q&A session soon.
Thank you, Shruti, for an informative presentation. Now, to give away the memento, I request past Chairman CA Ashish Bhandari, CA Yogesh Bansal, and CA Ajay Singhvi to please come on the dais.
Mute? Left, yeah? Okay.